Hey guys, Xanitsua here, and I decided that I was gonna make a video with just a sub rogue guide. So this is for subtlety sub. I don't know how you pronounce it, so I just call it sub rogue. I'm just gonna give you a guide on the talents, the glyphs, and the rotation, and I'll let you guys know like what poisons to use and stuff, and then I'll just show you some DPS. I've been trying to get PvE gear lately. I've been getting PvE gear for my combat spec, and I'm going to start doing some PvE. I think I'm going to start a hunter soon, so that'll be fun. But, yeah, that's about it. And recently my videos, whenever I've recorded them, and when I've been posting them, they've been just having this really small box on inside the screen, like instead of the entire screen being the video, and I finally fixed that now, so hopefully it works and we don't have that problem. So let's jump into the video right now. Let's jump into the topic. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to do a Call of Duty commentary here soon on a topic that I would like to talk about, so that should be a good video too. So here we go with the talents. So this is the talent tree that I used. First one, Night Stalker. I just do that because I like the movement speed increase. The improved ambush, that's kind of a necessary, considering you're going to be using ambush a lot as a sub-rogue. I didn't really care for this because the finishing moves, that's not something I really care for that much. When I use my finishing moves, all you're pretty much going to be using is recuperate. You may use slice and dice here and there. Kidney shot maybe, that you'll use actually often because you're going to need the stun, because that'll help you a lot when you're in PvP, and then here and there you might use eviscerate. So, but I didn't really care for that because you are able to build up, I'm able to build up energy like really fast because I socketed and everything for a lot of haste, and I did some reforging for haste. So next line. Elusiveness, that's a necessity. You're going to want the shorter cooldown on Vanish and Cloak of Shadows, because you'll be able to escape much more often, much easier. It's just a really helpful talent. This I prefer because I don't like to use Crippling Poison. I feel like it's a waste of a poison. So I like to put this in my tree so that I can just get the reduced movement speed, because that's really helpful if somebody's trying to kite you and you could get them slowed for a little bit and then you can just sprint back up to them. Yeah, that's a really helpful talent to slow down the target. And plus it gets them really annoyed, because trust me, on my other characters, when I get slowed by this thing, it is so frustrating. This is a really, really important talent. Increases the damage done with your backstab, and ambush are the two main things, because you're not really going to use retaliate that much, and I don't really use Garrett that much. But backstab and ambush by 30% increased damage, that's like a great talent point to go into. You need that. That's very important. This, don't really need. You build combo points so fast, especially if you're in a group and you have Honor Among Thieves, which I'll explain that one later. But yeah, you really don't need initiative, because unless you're going to try and open right away really fast, gotta use the grass macro. But yeah, you really don't need that because you'll be able to build combo points extremely fast. Energetic recovery, you really need. This is a necessity talent. You're gonna need this one. It makes you recuperate, also generate 12 energy per tick, so it's gonna build your energy really easily because you're always gonna have recuperate up in the rotation. This, you don't need this, but it is helpful because after you open on the target, you bypass 70% of their armor, so you're going to be dealing a lot more damage when you're within the first 10 seconds of you opening. Hemorrhage, you just get that. That's not even negotiable. You always get hemorrhage. That's not even something you could just think about. That's an automatic. Honor Among Thieves, it is personal preference, kind of, but I say just get it. This one, you don't truly need it for so to speak, but it's just really good if you have all three on, because it increases your critical strike rating by 5% for all party and raid members, and yeah, then you have a 100% chance to gain a combo point on your current target whenever a party member critical strikes, and this can occur once every 2 seconds. So you're just going to be getting a ton of combo points. Like, it's just going to build up ridiculously fast. Premeditation, you don't need this one, but I prefer it because I like to get some combo points right away. Like, I see most people with it. It's just something that you usually want to use because it just gets you quick 2 easy combo points before you enter combat, which will allow you to put up recuperate much faster. Enveloping shadows, don't really need this unless you're going to be PvEing, but nobody really PvEs in sub. They mostly use combat or assassination. Sub's more of the PvP spec. So you don't need that. Enveloping shadows. Cheat death. This is probably one of the most controversial ones. If you want this, take it. If you don't. It makes it so that an attack that would kill you will just take you up to 10% of your health, and you'll have an 80% damage reduction for the next 3 seconds. It can only occur every minute and a half. So that's just a talent. If you want that, take it. If not, don't. Preparation, probably going to want that. It instantly resets the cooldown of your sprint, vanish, and shadow step. It's primarily going to be used to reset your vanish because if you need to escape really fast, you're going to just be able to use premeditation if your vanish is on cooldown. Sanguinary Vein, you need this. It increases the damage dealt to the targets with a bleed effect on them by 16%. This makes it so that your bleeds do not break your gouge on the target. So that's a necessity. Slaughter from the Shadows, this is a necessary talent too. Reduces the energy cost of your backstab, ambush abilities by 20%, and the energy cost of your hemorrhage and fan of knives abilities by 20 energy, and reduces the energy cost of your hemorrhage and fan of knives by 6. This serrated blade, your eviscerate has a 10% chance per combo point to refresh your rupture on the target to its original duration. You're not going to be using rupture that much in PvP. It's not a common ability that I use personally, so I just don't bother with that. That just isn't a talent that I really want. Shadow Dance. This is, of course, you're going to get this. It's the last one in the tree. That's just, yeah, it just allows you to use your stealth abilities for 6 seconds or 8 seconds if you have the glyph. So you can use any of the, you can use Sap, Garrot, Ambush, Cheap Shot, Premeditation, Pickpocket, and Disarm, regardless of being stealthed. So yeah, you could just do that. But you're going to take that talent. And moving over to combat, you just got to get to improved recuperate. That's something you just need to do because that's going to help you a lot with the healing. And reduces all damage taken by 6% while recuperate is active. So this is a really helpful talent, improved recuperate. Sinister Strike, you don't really need that, but you just need to get your points on that to go down to the next level of the tree, where you're going to get aggression, which increases the damage of your Sinister Strike, backstab, and eviscerate by 20%. You're mostly just taking that for the backstab increase, because that's going to be very helpful. And then the last one you're going to want is, I just put my last point here over on lethality. You might want to, if you want, you could probably take something off from your sub tree and put 2 of the talents on lethality, because it increases the critical strike damage bonus of your Sinister Strike, backstab, retaliate, and hemorrhage abilities by 10, 20, or 30% depending on how many points you have on it. So that's a helpful talent. It increases your crits and the damage they do by quite a bit, so you might want that. I just put the leftover talent I had on it. So yeah, there's the talent tree. Let's move over to glyphs. So the first prime glyph, you have to have this for sub, hemorrhage. Yeah, hemorrhage. Sorry, it just cut off recording there, so I just started recording again. So yeah, for hemorrhage, you're just gonna get that because that's an important one. It makes your hemorrhage have a bleed to it, so that's just good. The bleed doesn't do that much, but it's just gonna be lingering damage, so people can't stealth again if they have stealth, or it's just there. It'll do a little bit, but not too much. Your backs, whenever you crit with the glyph of backstab, this you don't really need. I just got this one. You may want to use a different one depending on no, it's pretty much the only one. You could replace backstab with slice and dice if you want. Backstab if you crit with backstab, you get 5 energy, or slice and dice, you get slice and dice's duration is increased by 6 seconds. Then shadow dance it increases the duration of your shadow dance, so you could use your stealth moves while out of stealth for another 2 seconds, so that's a total 8 seconds. So you want shadow dance. So major glyphs, blind. This is I would say probably necessary because it's going to be really helpful in escaping a situation, because it just makes it so that you're blind, removes the damage over times from the target so that those damage over times don't break the blind and just allow them to get out of it that easy. Glyph of evasion, you want this. It increases the duration of evasion by 5 seconds, and evasion will save you a lot. It'll protect you a ton. And then the last one, gouge, that's not really necessary. It just makes it so that you don't have to be facing the target to use your gouge. I just like that because I don't like to position after I'm backstabbing. You have to go in front of them. You could also probably get cloaked shadows or preparation if you want. Those would probably be the two that I would recommend over gouge if you want. And then to minor glyphs, they really don't matter. I just use blurred speed because that's cool. I like to walk on water. Poison, so I don't have to wait all that time to apply the poison. Then safe fall, I would say, is the only one that you really want, because that's helpful, so you don't take that much damage from falling. So looking at my character, I'm in full PvP. I have 2 pieces of conquest gear, and then I have fear and vengeance daggers with landslide on them. You want to get landslide on your weapons; those are helpful. But yeah, I followed the sockets properly, which I probably shouldn't have done. I probably should have just stacked agility, and then I could have just reforged for the other things that I wanted, like maybe haste or yeah, I got stamina on this one. I don't even know why, but yeah, probably should have just stacked agility. Don't really need all the other stuff. You could just reforge if you want more haste, because I reforged some of my gear for haste, because they had some stuff that I didn't really care about, like hit. So you could reforge if you want, and I would say just stack agility with your gems. So let me put my poisons on. I use instant poison on my main hand usually, and deadly poison on my offhand. Instant poison just inflicts damage on your attacks it can, and deadly it applies a poison onto them, like an overtime poison. So I have my DPS meter here, and let's just see what I can pull off right now. You might hear noise in the background. Okay, you open with the ambush, then you put up your recuperate right away as soon as you can. Then you're gonna build up combo points with backstab or hemorrhage, just depending. And then you could pop up slice and dice. Then I like to just wait a second, get myself up to. I'm gonna put one more recuperate up. Then what I'll do is I'll let myself generate up to full energy, and then I'll pop shadow dance, shadow step, and spam ambush. And I'll pop eviscerate too. Yeah, ambush, that does a lot, and then I'll just end with an eviscerate. So there you go. I got up to 12k DPS, and I dealt a total of 600,000 damage in that few seconds I was attacking. So forgot how to open. Okay, there. Yeah. So ambush was my #1 damage dealer. Then it was melee, and my backstab, and hemorrhage, deadly poison, instant poison, and then phage damage over time, and then eviscerate. By far, the ambush is going to deal a ton of damage for you. Like, it's going to just do a lot. You probably should pop combat readiness if you're in a situation where you're being attacked, because that helps you. It makes the target deal less damage. So, yeah, I'll pop Shadow Dance again. Let's just burst him. Because you could deal really high crits, like 30k. I've hit 30k, 25, 30ks in PvP. My backstabs will usually crit for like 20k, 20 to 25k on fully geared people. So, yeah, pretty good. Not bad at all. So, yeah, that's the end of the guide. Just wanted to make that real quick. Give you guys a guide on this sub-rogue PvP and stuff, and I will come in with a COD commentary here soon, and I will make the next Minecraft survival series as soon as I can, once I have the people. So, hope this tutorial helped, and until next time, guys, see ya.